Hayao Miyazaki is a famous Japanese director who made the movie The Castle of Cagliostro, which is an impressive anime that includes themes of humor, romance, and action. While those are great points for a video essay, The Castle of Cagliostro has deeper themes, such as Lupin's role in the movie as an anti-hero, Clarice, and the role of feminism in the film, as well as the concept of idealized capitalism versus real freedom. While analyzing each of the movie themes through the lens of the article 4 Ups and Downs, Castle of Cagliostro, we can get a better understanding of Japanese popular culture in this movie. To get some context and understand what this movie and its characters are, Lupin the Third is an anime and manga that was created by Kazuhiko Kato on August 10, 1967. He is also the creator of Monkey Punch. Miyazaki, who later became the director of Cagliostro, negotiated a deal with David Jesdet and Sam Masiba and was granted the rights to distribute the film The Castle of Cagliostro. The Castle of Cagliostro is about a thief named Arnese Lupin the Third who goes to visit the fictional country of Cagliostro in search of counterfeit money that he steals from a casino. Along the journey, he meets his accomplices, the Saike Jigen, Ishikawa Goemon, Fujiko Mine, and Inspector Zenigata as they try to find the mystery behind the counterfeit money. At the same time, Count Cagliostro, the owner of the castle, forces Clarice, an unwed bride, to marry him against her will. Lupin the Third is a great anti-hero. In other works of Miyazaki's, we can see how Lupin is just a thief who is looking for treasure and women, typical for Lupin's character. However, in the Castle of Cagliostro, we can see Lupin's true colors as a person who bases his values on ethics rather than choosing between money or women. In the article, 4 Ups and Downs, The Castle of Cagliostro, the author states, Miyazaki suggested at the base of Lupin's soul swirls a rage toward the machinery of society that suffocates humanity, and he tries to bury the falseness of his heart through spurring himself to action. He is fighting to give his life meaning, and is yearning for someone who can lead him to that fight. Suzaki 5. This quote shows how he is morally gray. While the article celebrates Lupin's personality as a protagonist, as he is angry at society and seeks meaning, it also shows the softer side of Lupin that Miyazaki wanted to portray, and we don't really get to see that with other variations of Lupin in other works. A scene in the movie that sticks out to me is when Lupin risks his life to save Clarice. He is selfless with his actions, contrasting with his lack of empathy. As we move on from Lupin, we see the same societal norms being broken for women with Clarice. Clarice is the unwed bride in the film who is about to be married to Count Cagliostro, the antagonist of the film, and shows off many different feminist actions. Some people in Western society would see Clarice as a damsel in distress. However, it can be argued that it is not so. Clarice fights back against the Count both verbally and through actions. In the same article, author Suzuki points out, Clarice is, if possible, an even more perfect shoujo type. At 16, she stands at the cusp of sexuality, but her white wedding dress and her schoolgirl uniform declare her purity and innocence. Less assertive than either Lana or Mimi or Miyazaki's many other shoujo heroines to come, she is still active enough to make the escape attempt that sets the film's action rolling. Suzuki 13. This piece explains how Clarice shows feminist actions. The article points out how, at 16, she is coming to terms with her sexuality and wants to be more independent. However, the wedding dress and the scene in her school uniform still incorporate her innocence. Compared to other works of Miyazaki's, like Lana from the Planet of Lana and Mimi from Whisper of the Heart, Clarice is still interested in fighting back. 2 scenes from this movie are when Clarice assists Lupin in escaping the tower, and when Clarice stands up to Count Cagliostro, showing her protection of others despite her being trapped, and how she influenced Lupin to pursue justice over personal gain. Now that we have covered two different types of people who broke norms, I would like to talk about capitalism and greed versus true-natured freedom. Throughout the film, we see a grandiose castle owned by Count Cagliostro, and on the outside, it looks spectacular. It is made out of gray stone with blue wood, with various amounts of pointed towers and glass windows. It overlooks a big town and has a dam showing its luxury. But on the inside, it is dark, full of labyrinth-like corridors revealing the empty and restricted nature of greed. The author notes, in another scene that harks back to modern times, giant mechanical devices threaten to crush the two in the teeth of relentlessly moving cogs. This is the machinery of society that Miyazaki, in his open letter to manga fans, stresses that Lupin wages war against. Suzaki 11. This paper illustrates the idea of how the film addresses the topic of greed and power while prioritizing the display of the castle over the deep themes. The Count, for some reason, throughout the film, has an obsession with finding the treasure, which eventually leads to his downfall. He maintains the castle, uses corruption, and even goes as far as trying to find the treasure, even if it means he will die just to get what he wants. Whereas when Lupin comes to his senses, he values freedom without constraints. Throughout the movie, the shots of the castle show both the inside and outside of the castle, giving us true freedom versus capitalistic greed. And when the Count sacrifices everything just for the treasure only to die minutes later, we can see that entrapment. After analyzing the movie, Castle of Cagliostro, through the lens of Suzuki, we can really understand how all of these points relate to Japanese popular culture. From feminist views and actions by Clarice, to the idea that wealth and riches can lead to being trapped in a huge castle. And even Lupin showing how he is an anti-hero, choosing neither women nor money, but seeking the truth and freedom as his new philosophy. Can we really understand the nature of this film? Regardless of the movie's minor inconveniences, as stated in Four Ups and Downs, Castle of Cagliostro, the movie remains one of Miyazaki's greatest hits visually and story-driven wise. Miyazaki leaves us with a last thought, that no matter what the true cost of greed is, we are given the idea that freedom, both objectively or principled, is often discovered beyond the confined walls of a castle. Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, because I put a lot of effort into making it. Ish. Seriously though, I really enjoyed making this and getting to learn a lot about Japanese popular culture in my Japanese popular culture class, and this video is dedicated to that class, so thank you so much, Professor Vasil. Now, I understand that this is on my film channel, but I decided to upload it there because my other channel didn't seem fit for uploading, but I am working on my vlog from when I went to Japan, so that'll be the next video most likely. When? I don't know, but that'll be soon. And if you're interested in seeing other content just like this, let me know in the comments below. I'd be down to write another or make another video essay on, I don't know, but letting me know in the description would be greatly appreciated. With that being said, I will see you guys soon.